All right, guys. Yes, you know what time it is. I just want to welcome you to Senior Talk every Saturday. I'm your host, LaDonna Raeh, and everybody tells a story. Everyone that I talk to that is of senior age. Because see, I'm a pre-senior. I'm preparing for the next chapter in my life. And every laugh line reminds me that joy leaves a mark. And speaking of laugh lines, I want to celebrate two women who have spent decades making Chicago laugh while proving that Chicago gets older and it doesn't mean that it's getting quieter. Comedy isn't just entertainment, it's therapy, it's medicine, it's useful, it's survival. And for many seniors, laughter can lower stress, improve mental health, strengthen relationships, and remind us that every season of life deserves to be enjoyed. Today, we're talking with two women who have dedicated this part of their life to making others smile while navigating their own journeys through life, career, family, and aging. Please welcome two of Chicago's favorite comedians, Diane Corder and Moms Mabey. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you,
Good
thank you.
morning. Good morning.
Good morning, ladies. I don't even know where to start because I know I've spent a lot of time knowing that you guys are out there making us laugh. I've seen you perform on countless occasions. Everyone sees that finished product on stage, but very few know the journey that happens before the spotlight. When did each of you realize that you were funny? I want to start with Moms, maybe.
Okay, thank you so much for having me. This is Shirley Whitmore as Mom's Maybe. And you said you didn't know where to start. So you can start with taking up the collection and opening the doors to church because you just gave a very truthful sermon
Oh, look,
with your intro.
now I
Because
gotta give my Zelle out now, or my yeah, I gotta give my Zelle out because people are doing it electronically. And so you see, this is what I'm talking about. Even in your response to when did you realize you were funny, Diane Corder, when did you realize you were funny?
Well, I was working in corporate America getting paid for my sick days, and I had strep throat, and I was at home recovering, and one of my friends called me and told me God called her and told her to tell me to go to this comedy workshop. And I asked her why he ain't called me. And she said, because he knew you wouldn't listen. So I went to the comedy workshop and they wanted me to do this and do that, and I didn't want to have to do with it. So I went on and took the improv class and didn't have the money to pay for it. So some of my co-workers collected the money and paid for it for me. And God put me in this mission. And I've been in it for a bunch of years now because it was a mission and it's still mine.
Now,
Thank
see that's taking up a collection. Moms, maybe did you ever do
no,
any type of formal training for comedy?
no, actually, I started at DuSable when I was in high school. In '59, I was about to graduate. Now, '59 is before either one of you was parents were even born. And so we had Captain Diet, everybody woo woo, the band director, um, directed the spring fling, as they call it. The teachers always wrote it, and the students would act it out every spring graduating class. But my class, June of '59, said, no, we want to write it. So we did. Bittersweet is the city street. Now, I understand. I can remember that, and I don't know what I ate a few minutes ago for breakfast, but I can remember that
That's fun.
spring of '59. And so they had me be a prostitute. Now, I understand this. One, I was a virgin. Two, I didn't have a boyfriend because my mother would have killed me if I'd had one. Three, my mother had just made her transition. And I
Mm.
had to be funny. I had to be. I made them laugh, baby. I made them laugh. That's when I knew. That's when I knew. And so Captain Dyer actually made an announcement while we were doing our bows and said he wanted to bring me out, a special person out, because, and he told my mother had just died, and I came out and took my bows and got a standing O. I'm telling you, that's when I said, wow. But this is something good.
Yeah.
And I needed that. I needed to make people laugh. And that's when I knew it was therapeutic. Like
Hmm.
you just said, it helps build up your spirit. It builds up your body. It builds up everything.
Being funny in front of people is almost a selfish thing. I can attest to that because I love making people laugh. I've done
Mm,
comedy 3 times on stage and got paid twice. So I can
mm.
kind of call myself a comedian, although I'm a lazy comedian. Miss Diane Quarter, I shared with you that I will never, you'll never find me backstage saying put me on. So I'm just waiting on the phone to ring, and it only rang 3 times. And that's 3 times in about 12 years. So
Wow.
maybe I'm not doing something right. But with that being said,
Yeah.
when you make someone laugh, as selfish as I just framed it, how does that inspire? What does that do for you when people are laughing? Because you all have dry humor. Y'all don't laugh while you're making people laugh. What's going on in
Mm-mm.
your head? I want to start with you, Miss Diane Quarter.
Well, what's going on in my head is the expressions I see on their faces. If I see laughter on their faces, that encourages me to get more. If I see disappointment on their faces, that encourages me to change some things I'm doing. So that helps me. They help me. You help me when you laugh. And when you don't laugh, you help me as well because you show me something that I have to improve in me that God has given me the gift. That's it.
I love it. So you feed off of them. It's like in Black Panther, that suit that she made, the sister made for Black Panther. He absorbs their energy and gets stronger. Moms
That does.
maybe.
That's it exactly.
Yeah. Moms maybe. How about you? When you make people laugh, what does that do for you?
First of all, can I ask you a question? Can I ask y'all a question? Black Panther, how old is he?
How old is Black Panther in the movie Black Panther?
I don't care where he is. I just want to know his age because moms don't like no old men.
Oh,
I like
I
young.
don't either, Mom. I
And I want to
understand.
know how young he is.
okay. I'll get that information for you. You know, the man that played Black Panther passed away, Chadwick Boseman. But the
Yes, I remember that.
character still lives in comic books and possibly in sequels because now Black Panther is a woman. So I don't know if that's your flavor, but his
Oh
little
no,
okay, well then we can cut
Oh,
that.
no.
we can go on to something else.
okay. All right. But what does making people laugh do for you, moms maybe?
It makes me feel good. I am the type of person who wants to make people feel good.
Mhm.
As a kid, I was all the way up, and even now, if I can make a person feel good, then I feel good. If I'm around somebody that's sad or going through something, then it's my mission, my self-appointed mission to make them feel better.
I love
So I
that.
give of myself, I give of my money, I give of my time. I'm a giver. I'm just a giver. So to answer your question, oh, what was your question?
You answered the question actually.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
God,
mad
that's
because I
embarrassing.
forgot what it was.
You
Oh my
answered it
god.
so efficiently. That's what it was.
Yeah. I tell you what, guys, if you're watching WVON 1690 on Facebook, please be sure to share the show. You'll be able to get everybody in on this conversation because Senior Talk is all about seniors. And me being a pre senior myself, every time talk to someone who is already in that role, it makes me look forward or have something to look forward to. I love the fact that you guys like making people laugh because you do it so well. You don't try. I was gonna ask you, do you even try? I don't think you try. I think it just you find the moment. It's kind of like being a parent when you find that moment that's a teachable moment. Do you also find that moment where it's a laughable moment?
You do. It's that. See, first of all, you have to have it within you to want to be pleasant yourself. And if you're pleasant, the pleasantness that you show is going to come out of you, and it's going to be contagious, and people won't, and not even thinking about laughing, and they'll look at you, or you can just make a face. You can make a face, and make just anything to make them laugh. It's just something that is a natural for both of us. It's just natural. And so you don't have to work hard at it. It just happens. And
That
you get pleasure from it. You really, and can I say this? As a pre senior, I like the way you said that, because I'm 84 and a half. And all my life I either put my age up because it was to my advantage, or put it down because it was to my advantage. And so one time I was applying for a job, and it said age, and I didn't know what my age was because I had lied so much about my age. I had to call somebody, and we didn't have cell phones, so I had to find a payphone and a quarter. And I called, I don't know who I called. I said, well, how old am I? They said, what? And I put it on my application. And I may have been for the state of Illinois, I don't know. But now everybody in the world knows I'm 84 and a half. I make that half on my birthday because I give that half to God.
That's beautiful.
So you be serious and still make people laugh.
They say it's truth and joking. I mean, Miss Diane, would you? I don't know. Are you lying about your age too?
No, I'm making a point of discussion not to discuss my age. That's just what I do.
That's your business.
I might have a space challenge one day and not remember, so I don't put it in the works.
Okay. I've gotten to that.
I just say I'm an aging beauty. That's what I say.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let me write that down, because I was putting under the question of age what the age was. I'm gonna put aging beauty. I like to say seasoned. Yeah. I say seasoned, but not too seasoned. I just a little sprinkle of seasoning over here.
I used to say seasoned, but I was talking to so many old men. They were talking about. I was thinking I was talking about something to eat, so I ain't gonna say that no more. I ain't gonna say seasoned no more, because I don't want,
right.
I don't want to think about nothing to eat and think about me. So I just say I'm an Asian beauty.
Okay. All right. I love that. Just thinking about how much you guys make people laugh, because these are thought-provoking jokes. They're not even jokes anymore. Not the way you tell them. It's back in the day, as I speak about what people think jokes are. Jokes are, probably predetermined sentences or riddles to make people laugh. But you guys tell stories. And you talked about Mom's Maid, maybe. You talked about how you put your age up or down and you couldn't remember. But one thing I want to share with people is that Mom's Maybe and I, well, we weren't always friends. We had a run-in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had a run-in at a party recently where she tried to steal my boyfriend.
I believe it. I sure believe it.
Yeah, literally, out of all the men there, she pointed him out and had him come up to the stage. And really, she was talking real nice to him. Now, I didn't tell her I was taking notes, okay?
But I think I remember that.
Yeah, I got it on video. But she was talking real nice to him, and he almost fell for it. But then when he told her how old he was, she said he was too old. Mm-hmm. I wasn't happy. So after the party, I approached Mom's Maybe, and I'm gonna post. Yeah, I'm gonna post that video. You guys can check it out on my Facebook and my YouTube channel. Just look for LaDonna Raeh. But you'll see where I approached Mom's Maybe about approaching my man. I didn't appreciate it. However, now that you say that, you share that you like to make people laugh, and you mentioned that when you talk to a lot of men about being seasoned and all they think about is something to eat, I can see the correlation there when it comes to the opposite sex. So you would have to talk to a younger man that would understand what you mean by that. But going into relationships, tell me, how do you approach relationships at this point? Is it resourceful? Is it something that you look forward to getting with your friends on? How do you get together? Because we always picture aging individuals as playing bingo and sitting around having tea, sipping tea. But what is the true reality of get-togethers?
Well, I like to twerk, so I found that that's good for me as far as meeting men.
I'm done. I can't. Twerk? You said work or twerk?
Twerk, baby, twerk. It works for me. Yes. And I found that they like it too, so it works for me. Why y'all laughing like that? Okay. You don't think that's good?
Well, I think I'm laughing because I don't even know how to twerk. I've tried. I asked, is it moving?
Oh, I know how, baby.
Okay, well, we're going to have to take up the class of Diane Quarter's twerking class real soon.
Hey. What can I say but the truth?
Absolutely. I love the truth. And so that's how you get together. You twerk, and that brings all the boys to the yard.
That's so true. That's a great song into my life. That's so true.
Okay. How about you, moms? Maybe do you twerk to get to bring people together?
No, I don't twerk. What I do is let them know that I have $1.5 million in my pocketbook for the right young man.
That was
that's how I got her boyfriend.
That's true.
Let's be truthful now, baby. She pointed to him because she wanted him to split that $1.5 million with her. And then when he came up there and he had light shining in his eyes and acting like he was really interested, then girlfriend got jealous.
Okay. I didn't know you were going to remember that part. Okay.
The parts that I need to remember.
I didn't.
What you want to.
I see selective memory here. Yes, that is true. I did offer him up for the 1.5 million. Yeah, I did. You said raise your hand, and he didn't, so I raised it for him. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I apologize. Okay, well, let's move on. So what are some resources? I know through the years of going into seniorhood, and for those that are listening, I would love for you to share some resources just outside of comedy that has kept you going. Moms, maybe you talked to me briefly about your grandchildren. There was something that you said that really touched me. I was saying before we spoke, I said, let's keep it clean because I didn't know what type of word choice we would have for today's interview. However, you told me that you don't even use that type of language, especially around your children and grandchildren. Can you tell me about that, moms, maybe?
Yes. I was adopted. I love my natural parents that I met after 17. And of course, I love my adopted parents. I never heard my mother say anything but sugar, honey, iced tea. That's the only cuss word my mother used, sugar, honey, iced tea. And I was not raised around it. So with my own children who are of Social Security age, hey, and and my grandchildren, whatnot, I don't cuss around them. There are too many real English words in the dictionary that you can use. And I felt that way as a kid. The people that cuss didn't know the dictionary. And I told them I was an only child, and I just had to take a stand on a lot of things, even though I know those kids hated me sometimes. But I still do that. I do not cuss. I respect my grandchildren. I respect my children. I respect anybody's kids. And when my children were little and somebody was around and cussing, I said, wait a minute. These are my kids. Don't cuss around my kids. There are too many English, Spanish, whatever words in the dictionary to cuss around children. Now you got the kids cussing.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're going to get in trouble in school in church or wherever. Now they're going to pass it on to their children. It's not right. It's just not right.
Wow. That's wholly deep. Um
Yeah,
the,
that is. Look, I can just tell you how it is with me. I've been doing comedy for a very long time. And some years ago, I was doing comedy at Chris Tucker's Comedy Club in Atlanta, Georgia. And
Mm.
I passed out on stage and didn't know what had happened to me. And when they took me to the hospital, they realized I'd had an aneurysm burst in the back of my brain.
Mm.
And when they did the checking, they found out I had 3 aneurysms in my brain. So I'm the survivor of a 3 brain operation. And I was blind in my left eye and paralyzed on my left side and could not smell. So God brought back everything but my sense of smell. I can't smell. And sometimes I think that's a blessing. So that's the way it is. God kept me on this mission, and He kept me on it when He thought I was going to die. So, and I asked God to take me out. I was having this, moment where I heard people praying for me, and I knew they was praying for me because I heard them call my name. And I told God, I said, look, I done a good thing here. I'm ready to go. And He didn't take me. And I asked the guardian angel why He didn't take me. He said, He ain't ready for you yet. So I think one of the reasons He wasn't ready for me so I could tell people in the comedic world and in the regular world what happened to me and the grace He's shown. So that's why I'm still doing comedy.
I love that. What would you say to the listening audience? First of all, these were just these stories about being respectful in front of your grandchildren, thanking God for another chance, and telling your story and being a testimony. What would you say to those that are listening that may be at a point in their lives where they need to live life?
I tell them just that. Live life. Live it like every day is your last because it just might be. And that's what I would tell them. Live life. If you want to do it and you feel like you can do it, try it and do it. Mm-hmm. That's all I can say because that's what I do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It sounds good. And what I tell them is, even if you are scared to do it, think about it, pray on it, listen for God to give you an answer. Remember, He's not going to say, I want you to do this. That's not the way it happens. When you say something told me, that's God speaking to you.
I'm sorry, but Mom's Mabey. Who was that on the phone?
That was me.
That was her God.
That was my God speaking to me.
Oh my goodness. Now that was deep. Okay, please continue.
I sing bass, girl. I'm a second tenor. I sing in 3 choirs. Right. I'm a second tenor, and I can sing bass. I always have had a heavy voice, but actually my voice is way down here.
Oh,
and that's one reason I can do Mom's Mabey so easily, because I'm lower than she was. If you listen to her records, her voice is not as low as mine is, but I bring it all the way down so that people can really identify me with her voice. And she was awesome. Absolutely.
Yes, she was. I enjoyed her. So that's true. She was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm digressing. Oh, that's a big word. That's a 50% word. But could you repeat the question?
I was sitting here trying to think what was the question, and
it's rubbing off, Lord. It's rubbing off.
And I was about to apologize for interrupting you because you said God will not say, this is what I want you to do.
Right. When you, like, as I said, when you say something told me or I had a feeling, that's God talking to you. Because if He boomed out like they do in the movies, it would scare the stew out of you. So you get a feeling. The still small voice is what we say at Christ Universal Temple, my church. So when you get this feeling, that's God talking to you and telling you what this feeling is. So then when you get this certain feeling of what you should do and what you should not do, then you think about it, you pray on it, and then you will get the courage to go on and do whatever it is. And so that's one way that you're able to continue to do whatever. Like we have continued this comedy over the years. It wasn't easy necessarily.
No, it was.
It wasn't easy. We wanted to soar, and instead of soaring, we flip flopped a little bit sometimes, maybe. But then it made us feel good. We made other people feel good, and
That's
so
true.
it keeps you going. Some people cook. They love to cook. They'll feed the nation. I'm not going to cook. I cook cornflakes and Cheerios breakfast with
That's not
toast
cooking.
in the oven. Pardon?
That's not cooking.
Yes, ma'am. It is cooking. That's my gourmet cooking when I do Cheerios or
I do the
oatmeal.
same recipe, so I can agree. I can agree.
Okay, right on, baby. So sometime we're
I
gonna
can
have to
agree.
have a cook off.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Um, you know, I think about I think about when I take care of my dad and I take him to different doctor's appointments and therapy sessions, and he likes to tell these jokes. And by the way, they're not funny. I just laugh to keep him going.
Please do. Please do.
How do
Yes.
you how do your like I know you when you see your doctor, does your doctor know that you are funny? Does your who is someone that you see regularly that does not realize that you are mom's maybe and comedian Diane Corder?
Well, my doctor and anybody else knows because I have business cards and I pass them out to everybody I see.
You sure do.
I tell them that's me on the front and that's me on the back. And on the back, I look like mom's Mabey. And I
That's
tell them,
true. I got the card.
you got the card.
we
And
all
some
we
of
all
them,
got the card.
about, I got about 10 of them. I said, well, pass them out and give them to somebody. And they tell me it's on their desk, it's on their desk at work or where. And it's an honor when people get my card. It really is. It makes me feel good when people let me know they have kept the card. But and to answer your question, when people don't know who I am, I just ease up to them and let them know because I'm
Mm.
on the end of my car. I say, I think now they can be 2005. That's their age. I say, are you too young to remember Mom's Maybelline? And they'll look at me and say, whatever. Most time they'll say, no, I remember her. I say, well, I do Mom's Maybe as a clean company. I stress clean because I am.
Mhm.
I
Absolutely.
stress because I started doing it, and I tell them I started doing it in front of my minister, Johnny Coleman.
Oh, she was mine too.
Girl, shut up.
Yes, she was. Used to go there with
We,
my mama.
okay, so we can't take up airtime. We're going to have to talk because I've been there 52 years. So I knew your mama. or or have seen her or been in her company. We breathe the same air. And
Wow.
just
Yeah, she had a special seat, so that's true.
Mm. Um,
fine.
Miss Diane, what is there someone that sees you on a regular basis that just doesn't know who you are?
Uh, Believe it or not, yes, there are people that see me on a regular basis that don't know who I am, and I like to keep it that way
Mhm.
because certain people I just don't want in my comedy biz because I am a comedian that goes from place to place, and I don't necessarily do just church comedy.
Mm.
I do grown folks comedy sometimes, real grown. And
Mhm. Mhm. Okay.
so certain people I don't ask to come to the club because I know that they wouldn't be happy there. So those are the people that I just don't tell I'm a comedian at all.
Yeah.
because I might not be able to adjust that particular show to their liking. And I try for people to know who they're coming to see and what they're coming to see. I'm funny, and I deal with my real life. And you know how long my life been going on, a while. So I had a lot of things jump up in that life that I discussed.
Mm-hmm. How
people that understand.
And how old did you say you were, Miss Diane Quarter?
I didn't.
Yeah, I was trying to get it. So
you almost got her.
Almost got her. You know, so many people fear getting older because society spends so much time celebrating youth. But the truth is, every birthday is a blessing. Someone else didn't receive that blessing. You know what I'm saying? So I want to talk to you guys about what it really means to age with confidence and joy. You know, the grandkids, the kids, the neighbors, the friends, what has treated you, or what has been the greatest blessing of growing older or becoming a senior?
Not being able to get pregnant.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I'm telling you, because when I was young, can I digress a moment? Did I tell you all how long I was married?
No, how long were you married?
Okay, and I want the audience to do the same thing I'm asking you to do. Look at your wrist as if you're looking at your watch.
Okay.
Are you looking at your wrist?
Yes.
I am too. I was married 15 minutes.
Oh.
And during that 15-minute period of time, I had 3 sons, and they were not triplets.
How did that happen?
Still lying. Are you still lying?
Sorry?
You said you lied about your age so much you forgot it.
Oh, no. I'm not lying. No. 15 minutes. That was it, baby.
To their father?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because married doesn't mean children all the time. And I want to be respectful.
This did. That's the reason I said my answer to your previous question was not being able to get pregnant, because I was popping them out like flies.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That is an interesting thing to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for your contribution.
Well, I didn't have that glory. I didn't have it. I'm happy to say.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think we might be related because I started having children very young. I was 16.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had my second one at 18.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I had 2 more. So but I was married the second go round. Yeah. I got 4 boys. So I get it. I was not married at 16 or 18. I didn't do the color purple. However, I was very concerned that I kept getting pregnant. But yeah, that's a blessing about getting older. I can't wait till those days come for me. Miss Diane Quarter, what is the greatest blessing for you growing older, growing into more of a senior?
I like young men, so that's a good lesson for me.
Watch it.
I am not a cougar. I'm a raccoon. I wear a mask. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to keep them interested. And that works for me.
You know, I can't. If you were to sit down with, let's say, your 30-year-old self, what advice would you give your 30-year-old self?
Can I say one thing, please? I want all of our children, the 7 boys, to know we love you dearly. I thought about it once. We said what we said. We do not regret having these 7 boys. We do not. I want you to know that, fellas.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. You had 7 to take care of no man.
No, you have 4 and I have 3. Come on now.
Oh, okay.
And I ain't have no boys, so he didn't really want me to have no man.
Okay.
I only had girls.
Well, I didn't want him to stay there. I didn't want to stay there.
So, Miss Moms, maybe you said 7 boys.
You had 4 and I had 3.
Okay.
Oh
Oh, so I,
Lord,
I outdid
And I
you.
ain't have none.
yeah.
So that's why it's only 7.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, you know what? And two of mine are still at home. Well, one is here right now. Uh, so long story shorter, I definitely want to, definitely children are a blessing, whether, you married
They
15
are.
minutes
They
or
really
not.
are.
Because, our
Yeah.
community, we tend to look at, and I've heard it growing up, every time someone was pregnant, it was never celebrated. It was always, oh, she pregnant again. It just, I never heard the
That's how it
celebration.
was.
Right. I never heard the celebration of life coming into the community growing
Mhm.
up. We've kind of like these younger people, they're not even having kids. I don't know what's going on. I have no grandchildren as to date, and my children are old enough to do so.
They're calling it birth control. That's what they're calling it.
Well, birth control has been around for a long time, and
But they're actually using it.
they're actually using it's been around, it's been on the shelf, but they're actually using it. Yeah, I guess you can't get pregnant
Yeah,
if you're on Instagram and Facebook. But
right.
but that's the new birth
That's
control.
a good one.
Yeah.
That's a
Yes.
Can I
Don't
use that?
no, I was gonna say no. No, you
Oh,
cannot use that. That was my joke. Okay. I'm still trying to get
okay.
the call. Um, but no, you go right ahead. So if you were to talk to your 30-year-old self, and after having these children, Diane, your daughters and moms, your sons, when did they come into play? Was it before or after you were 30?
Oh, before because I got married at 17. I
Wow.
I
was a
think I was there.
virgin. I was a virgin. I was a virgin. And he left when I was 19. That's when I said 15 minutes. And the children came into play, and then I knew I had to grow up real quick. I had to grow up real quick from being a little spoiled kid who minded my mother, mind you. Went to church 52 Sundays a year, but I I I thank God that's when I give him that's another reason I give him that half on my birthday because he sent men and women in my life to help me because I was in Chicago by myself. My family is in another state.
Mm.
And my birth mother, bless her heart, called my mother up here, her cousin, and said, I can't handle it. Would you come and get this baby? Yeah. And my mother ran down there and she brought me back up here to Chicago before my grandmother came home from work that day. When my birth grandmother came home from work, I was in Chicago.
Wow.
And, um, and been here all my life by myself. So when my adopted parents got sick and got in the same ambulance, they never came back. So I've been
Oh,
on my
wow.
own in Chicago since I was 17. And so I would tell my 30-year-old self what I did tell me, because by then I had the 3 children. And what I did tell me was, you can do it. You can do it. God sent good men in my life, and God sent good women in my life. A good babysitter. That's the key when you have to work. That older women in my life. I never had friends around my age because I was smarter than them. I always gravitated to older women because that's who I could learn from. So I'm telling these young people what I told me at 30. You can do it, but you got to be around older women who've gone through it already. They can tell you what to do. Somebody my age can tell me what to do.
Hmm.
So that's when I started. I, I had 1.5 million jobs. And then I went to public aid and started working in public aid. And one of them, I'm going to cut it real short, one of them to fire me after 2 weeks because my people in my building, women in my building who were all on aid just like I was, said, girl, you stupid. We're going to make more money sitting at home than you will working. And so I tried to make public aid job fire me the first 2 weeks, and when they didn't fire me, I stayed there 40 years.
Mm.
So I would tell and I was 29 when I started working for public aid. So I would tell my 30-year-old self, thought I forgot it, didn't you? I would tell my 30-year-old self to persevere, be a real woman, be true to yourself, believe in God, and know you can do it. Whatever it is, you can do it, but just pick what you do. Don't just do it because somebody else is doing. Know that it's for your benefit, for your highest good, and for your children's highest good. And know that if you don't want your children to know about it, don't do it.
I know that's right, because they will tell you when they get
Yes,
older.
baby.
Yep, they
Mm,
don't forget. When you may have
mm,
thought they forgotten, and you may have forgotten a little bit, but
mm.
they do not forget. They will tell you. So yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you think they didn't know.
That's
You
right.
thought you were being slick. They know.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Diane.
Well, I was after 30 and I was married.
Uh-huh.
And I ain't got nothing to say to my 30-year-old self, but thank you for doing things you did the way that you did
Mm-hmm.
and getting through it the way that you had to get through it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it.
Wow.
And thanking God for every day. That's what I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You know, it's so funny how you both do comedy. You both make people laugh. You have so much in common in that realm, but your paths are polar opposites or quite different.
That's true.
Quite different. The experience, the years, the hurdles, the appreciation is the same though. Both of you are so
But I'm going to tell you this
gracious.
right here. I had two daughters, and one of my oldest daughter was murdered.
Oh,
She had
wow.
had a baby, and the baby was 14 months old when she was murdered. And that baby is my only grandbaby in the universe.
Isn't that
And I've
something?
got one daughter. So I've got one daughter and one granddaughter. And lots of love.
Mm.
So you learn to hold on to what you got.
Wow.
You do. And see, laughter is healing for us as well. We both
Yes,
said
yes.
that earlier. We both said that because laughter is something that you internalize because you have to open up to laugh. You can hold yourself tight, not I'm not gonna laugh. And
Yeah,
you
I've seen
attempt.
people do it.
Yeah, you attempt. But if you have to loosen up and accept whatever was said or done, because remember some comedians, especially back in the day, it was called slapstick. They were
I remember
physical.
that.
They were physical. Now my physical is when,
Got
and
that,
I just
Mom.
wanted to know if I had a chance. If
Oh,
if your when your man said he was whatever his age was, and I said too old for me, honey, and I started running. That's my
she
physical.
did
I,
run.
I'm with the Chi-Town Hoopers, baby. Don't play with me. Don't.
Well,
Oh,
look,
you know what?
I'm going to have to go because I've got something else, another appointment I got to take care of.
I do
And I
appreciate
appreciate you taking the time. You can keep
absolutely.
Moms and talk to her, but I think I'm
Okay,
going to have to go.
Thank you
okay,
so
baby.
much,
Okay.
Miss Diane Quarter. Comedian Diane Quarter, guys. Look her up
Brilliant.
and book her. Okay.
Right.
That's the word order with the C
Yeah.
because people spell it wrong.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Good luck, baby.
All right, she's off
Okay.
the line, guys. Diane Quarter has left the building, comedian Diane Quarter. But moms, maybe I got a question for you. I want to frame some information for you. Many comedians have spoken publicly, as you just did, about living with well, actually, you didn't speak about living with depression, but you spoke about pain in your life. But other comedians have spoken publicly or openly about living with depression, grief, trauma, addiction, or just profound emotional pain. Their stories seem to provide a thoughtful discussion about mental health, resilience, and what they came through, and the way humor can sometimes coexist with suffering. Now, I want
Mm-hmm.
to give you some examples. There's Robin Williams. Obviously, he was best known as pretty funny and
Mm-hmm.
silly. He brought joy to so many people. And then he had effects of what was called Lewy body dementia. That was
What? What is
yes,
that?
that was diagnosed after his death. But he was also privately struggling with depression, addiction, and earlier in life. Richard Pryor openly
Mm-hmm.
discussed childhood abuse, addiction, health challenges, including MS, multiple sclerosis, and how pain became material for his groundbreaking comedy. Whoopi Goldberg. She's
Mm-hmm.
spoken about poverty, addiction, recovery, and overcoming significant personal struggles before achieving success. Tiffany Haddish has shared experiences of homelessness, foster care, childhood trauma, and finding healing through comedy. Dave Chappelle has spoken candidly about the emotional toll of fame, the pressure of the entertainment industry, and protecting his mental well-being, and so many more. Has comedy kind of become more of a therapy for you? Has it become the grief you where you take the grief that you possibly or may have and turn it into comedy and make people laugh? Does that help you realize that you're healing yourself while helping others laugh?
Other than my adoptive parents, um, as I said, they went to the hospital and never came back, which left me in the world by myself, in Chicago rather, by myself. Uh, the other traumatic thing was my oldest son made his transition. And he was my biggest fan. Now, the other two, I love y'all dearly, don't get me wrong. They're very successful. I'm very proud of them. But they're bougie. I want to make money. That little boy, the first one, played big with like I do. He was funny. He would laugh all the time. He made people laugh. He would have more of a personality like mine. I'm not knocking the other two fellas. I'm not. I love you. But this, the older one, he was more. His personality was bubbly, more like mine. He was a double amputee, and you would never know it. You would
Mm.
never. So he and I guess you would say, use comedy because I I stepped up my comedy once he was going through his amputation, and I also am in plays, and I don't care what the role is, I make it funny. When I'm in a play, I got to get the funny in it, and I love doing plays, and I don't try to rewrite them, but I it's just natural to really answer your question. It's just natural,
Hmm.
and it is therapeutic. Yes, it's therapeutic because when you when you can let the real feelings come out and they make somebody laugh or make you laugh, laughter is healing.
I love it.
Laughter is, and like I tell them as mom, I want you to laugh every morning. Every morning. That's when I get up at 6 o'clock and look at my cartoon.
Hmm.
Now understand, in 40 years of working for public aid, I was on time maybe 10 days and 15 days out of 40 years. I couldn't be part of the time. I lived across the street from the job.
Yeah,
I lived across the street from the office and I was still late.
that's when
But
you're
I
the
wake up,
latest because it's right across the street.
right. And I ran for 2 years, I ran down the steps because the elevator was so slow. And I would run down the steps and I'd run across Michigan Avenue dodging trucks, cabs, trains, planes, and run up the steps to the second floor to sign in.
Hmm.
And my coworkers would be standing in the window watching me and laughing because
They knew you were coming.
they knew I was coming. I went to work every day, but I had a hard time getting there on time. But I wake up and look at my cartoons
Yeah.
because I want to start my day out with laughter. So I tell anybody to laugh every day. Think of something your granddaddy said or your uncle or whoever. And if you can't think of nothing that's funny,
Oh,
this
wow.
is what I do. I grab somebody's uh, cell phone with permission,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, if you can't think of anything funny, then I hold it up. I say, turn it on the part where you can see your own face, and I hold it up. And I say, hold it up in front of right here like this. And that's the funniest thing you can look at. And of course, they laugh.
They laugh.
It's important how you start your day is how you end your day. It's your
Uh-oh,
choice.
moms, your phone just started cracking up. You said it was on
Oh,
crack.
no.
Oh, there it goes.
I told you some crack cocaine.
Yes, you did. You know,
Look,
as we wrap up today's conversation, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to our wonderful guests, to you, moms, maybe to comedian Diane Corder. Thank you both for reminding us that laughter doesn't have an age limit. You've shown us that growing older doesn't mean losing your spark. You're going to embrace every chapter with wisdom, resilience, and a sense of humor. Just to everyone listening, I want them to know, I want you guys to understand that we know that life will hand us challenges as they always do, but it also gives us reasons to smile. I'm so glad
mm,
that I spoke to you guys today. Thank you, moms, maybe. Maybe.
thank
You know, I want to
and
say maybe so bad. Thank you, moms, maybe.
no, because if you call me Mom's maid Lee, then her heirs will come around trying to make me split my millions of dollars with them. I
Right.
call myself Mom's maid.
That's right. That's right. Thank you
But
so
I
much.
enjoy I enjoyed this, honey. This was wonderful.
Thank you.
And I want everybody to listen to your show every single day. Does that make your ratings go up?
Yes, thank you. And I'll send you that Zelle when we get off the line. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, I want to give you some resources. You can always contact the Chicago Department on Aging. You can call the Chicago Commons. There's also Renaissance Court Regional Senior Center. They have exercise programs and such. Northwest Senior Center and Chicago Methodist Senior Services. You can also call 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline by dialing or texting 988 at any time. And I'm only mentioning that because we did talk about depression. Also, there's PACE paratransit, Meals on Wheels. There's so many things and benefits for that go along under the umbrella of our seniors. And of course, I think I did mention the Illinois Department on Aging. Thank you so much for listening to our show. As usual, we come each and every Saturday right here on WVON 1690. Such a lovely treat to have these ladies on. And don't forget to share the show because we're on Facebook Live. And I'm LaDonna Raeh. And this has been Senior Talk. And we are definitely promoting the life of seniors. And we'll be back next Saturday. I hope you guys have a wonderful 4th of July today. Be safe and don't light it up. Okay. Just watch from afar. That's what I do. Guys, we'll be back. We'll be back next week. Bye-bye for now.
Bye bye.
You got to do it in your deep voice, mama.
Yeah, I had to do it in my mom's voice in
Oh,
case the young man was still on the line.
I'm gone. Thanks, moms.
Thank you, dear.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.